I've been like sitting home thinking shit, right? There's like a lot of like racial tension going on right now between blacks and cops and shit like that. And I gotta say something funny. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't know my angle. And I was talking to my friends. I'm like, I want to write jokes about police brutality. And they were like, have you ever dealt with police? And I'm like, no. They was like, there's a joke right there. And I'm like, how? It's not funny. It was like, but why don't you get stopped by cops? It was like, I don't fucking know. And then the jokes start coming. It was like, you want to know why you don't get stopped by cops? I'm like, wow. I was like, because you smile too much. Any guy, 6'5", 200 plus pounds, smiling, people think that you have a delay. You're not hitting people on the field. You're just walking around smiling like, hey, what's going on? I was like, of course they think you're off. They're like, don't shoot him. He needs his meds. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. And then another one of my friends was like, and you got hips. I was like, what? What does that even mean? He was like, when's the last time you seen a criminal with hips? When the last time you seen a voluptuous male thug? When the fuck have you ever seen that? You can't be going around getting searched by cops. You're gonna turn them on. It's like, damn, homie, you thick. What gym you go to? And I'm like, that makes sense. That'll be a pretty weird, like, sketchy, like, thing, right? Like, cops put out APBs, and that'll be hilarious to me. It's like, be on the lookout for a black male suspect, approximately 6'5", 275 pounds, and hips like Aunt your mama. He was last seen wobbling down 7th Avenue. I was like, all right, I don't get stopped. But I still because that fucked with me. I'm not even gonna lie, it did. Because when you find out that cops are stopping black people by the bushel, and then they're just letting you walk by, you like, come the fuck on, what's up? What's wrong with me? What did I do? I can be dangerous. Like, I get it. Like, I don't look like a suspect. I look like I run the DARE program at a local high school. If a cop stops me, it's to tell me to keep up the good work. That's the only reason he would put me to the side. Like, hey, you, come here. I see what you've been doing with these basketball courts. I love that. I love the initiative. Change the narrative, man. I don't get fucked with by cops, but I can still count on regular Americans. Whenever you feel like you missing out on some racial injustice, just go to different places. Go to where black people don't live, for real, for real. I went to Arizona. This was like a year back. I went to Arizona. I was performing. I was having a good time. And I got called the N-word by an audience member. It's a little old white lady in her mid-hundreds. So she invented the word. It was her shit. She's like, I could say it. I started it. So I'm doing jokes. I'm doing material about police brutality, similar to what I just said then, but she didn't like it. And she starts vibrating. Like, she doesn't yell anything out, but she's sitting in her chair and she's shaking. And I'm concerned because she's old as fuck, and I don't know who made her pacemaker. Maybe Samsung made this shit. If I got to call her back, I don't want this bitch to blow up front row. Nobody's wearing their smocks or nothing. We're not prepared for this shit. So I start talking to her is everything all right? Are you good? And she's like, fuck you. We're like, oh shit, all right. Ooh, you all right? What are you, is this a spasm? She's like, fuck you for talking about our law enforcement. They don't put their lives on the line every single day. And let me tell you this. If black people didn't commit crimes, then they wouldn't get murdered by police, all right? So fuck you, you stupid nigger. And I was like, so the answer is no, you're not okay. That was it. We went all the way down the street to find out the answer was right here in front of us. So, you're on the spot. Whenever you get called the N-word by, a white person, everybody else looks at you to see how you're going to retaliate. I can't curse this old lady out. I'm not going to get physical with her or anything like that, so now I'm just stuck. And I resort to pandering, she's with her husband. And he doesn't look racist, but he looks like he dabbles to keep her happy. I understand the things that it takes to be a married man and how to make your wife happy. I don't like watching Chopped, but I do it for my wife. And this dude definitely doesn't say the N-word, but you people is his go-to phrase when him and his wife need to bond. So I'm talking to him, I'm like, is she always like this? And he's like, yeah. I was like, do you have any friends of color? He like leaned forward and was like, I do, but she don't know. Keep them a secret. I was like, oh man, you like a smart dude, and you like if she shuts up for like 10 minutes, you can figure out the cure for cancer. Giggles, that's what I got. I got giggles, started winning him over. I was like, yeah, but he stopped. He stopped fucking with me, stopped laughing. He kind of put his head down. She started vibrating again, and I was like, I know what the fuck this is. Just vibrating shit. I ain't falling for that again. I ain't falling for it, so I try to ignore her. But she didn't need me to acknowledge her this time. She just blurted out, I beat cancer twice, you stupid coon. And then everybody's like, oh, shit, nigga, what the fuck is going on? You gotta hit her. Like, what's up? Like, you gotta do something. And I it was like fight or flight mode at that moment. And the only thing that I could think to say back to this old lady was, well, that sucks for cancer. Like, that's the worst shit that can happen to cancer. Like, I want to support cancer now. Like, I want to go to these races, homemade signs, orange slices, bottled waters, fucking foam finger. Like, go, cancer, kill that bitch. Kill Miss Gladys.